Hello guys, Razer 50 again, next chapter, and today I try to talk and share my experience how to fix straight Razer if you have some problems with the unit. Generally speaking, we have a problem with the blade of the Razer, or another part of Razer. Is it just handle of the Razer? Let's start from the handle. Most common problem is when blade is not going straight between two pieces and touching one of them during the closing. Why? The most common problem with this situation is you left your Razer, you expose your Razer to the heat, even heat of this from the sun. Or maybe you'll be afraid because Razer wasn't dry enough, and you decide to put your Razer on the radiator of your heater. Problem. Because doesn't matter, natural, even worse, or synthetic stuff is going to be destroyed and change, and after you have a problem. Usually you can fix this problem to open this pin with a heater to hit the side and try to put on the proper way. And you can make bigger space, but not too big, just little bit bigger space between these two pieces from both sides to put something bigger spacer between. I'm holding this beautiful Razer from Germany, and this Razer had this kind of problem. So now I fix by the heater, and I put some small piece inside, little bit bigger than previous one. And now this beautiful Razer is closing very nicely and is very good to use. Nice piece. So we're talking about the handles. Now, most important thing is a blade. How we can fix the blade? The first, let's start to think how we get problem to avoid in the future. Many ways to get the problem. Let's go for some example of my friend from Poland, my friend John. Hello John, if you're watching me. He was asking me about a few years ago about nice, good Razer, and I did send one to Poland, and he was so happy on the beginning, but after a few months he sent to me email, said, "Hey Mike, my Razer is not the same again, I don't know what's happened." So I start to do investigation. I said, okay, tell me about details, how we're using the Razer. And what is the problem? Problem was the belt. Belt. He was using very old belt from the Second World War. And the belt was old, very, very hard, not soft, and with the cracks too. So after his confession about the belt issue or belt condition, of course, now we know what we're talking about. So my razor, which I sent to him, was a super sharp. And a razor, like always I am preparing my razors, you can cut hair in the air about inch from your finger, easy. So now guys, actually was very close to this one. You can imagine super sharp razor, an old belt, and remember, belt is not straight like stone. It's not flat. It's bended always. No matter how hard you pulling from the wall, the belt is still not flat stone. So now, your blade was prepared from the flat stone, and suddenly, working on the old belt with the cracks, with different angle. Serious problem. Serious problem. So, my friend John, he used to use a glass, magnificent glass, and he discovered wire on the top. I'm calling wire. Can you see this stuff on the top? The edge of the blade was damaged. And he discovered through the glass. It's not the end of the world, but guys, I'm showing you how you can damage your blade and be blaming everything around, even maybe the factory, razor factory. Just blade, belt, sorry. Oh, even worse. Now, how we can fix this problem? Because this chapter is about fixing. So okay, he used wrong stuff, the old belt, and he get this wire on the top. The first, we should know this is not exactly old belt problem. Sometimes people using some kind of pastes, some kind of components on the belt, some kind of creams on the belt. Please be careful of that. Okay? Please. Your belt should be soft, without cracks, soft, pulled nice from the wall. And as I told you before, I'm using just my moisturizing cream, which I'm using after shaving on the top of the belt, between and after I'm using. That's it. Or you can use another moisturizer for the leather stuff. No paste, no any stuff with the with a grain. No, that's my opinion. Do whatever you want. Now we have a wire on the top. So what we can do? Don't panic. Just take your razor. Get piece of the hard wood, like oak, for example, or another hard cherry wood, or plum wood, and go like this. To destroy and remove the wire. Now, don't go like crazy, because you can get big damage on your blade. Go just parallel. Until you're gonna destroy the wire from the top of from the edge of your blade. Okay? Now, how we know we have a wire even without glass? I show you before, every razor, sharpest one of the world, just put on your nail. Just watch, don't cut your finger anywhere. And don't push your razor. Just hold gently, like this, on the half. The razor you're not holding here. No. You're holding gently here. So it's almost halfway. Almost. And gently, you're going on your nail. This super sharp razor is going smoothly. It's not jumping. If you have a wire or another small crack somewhere, you can feel immediately without the glass. Holding here. And watch, don't cut your finger, just on the nail. You can see, you can feel. It's a smooth. So no wire here and no cracks on this blade. Okay? Now, talking about the chips, cracks on your blade, because this is another problem. So we have a wire, because it's not right sharpening, wrong belt, wrong stone, which I'm gonna tell you later about this situation, and a small crack. I don't know how happened, but sometimes you can get small one. You can go on your nail and that's it. Oh, that's here. I can feel something. But small crack like this, but no big like this. This one is too big to fix. Why? Depends which area, guys, we are working. Our area, to have a quite good shape for shaving, is this area here. This over there. If your razor is old, the angle will be changing. And again, to make this razor sharp and use, you can, of course you can, but it's not nice and enjoyable use like with this. So depends how far the crack is or chip is going into the body of the blade. Depends of this, you have a success or not. So if crack is there, you can try. but I'm not recommending, and better leave this job. Don't take your time. Now, let's say chip is small, or we just remove the wire. But remember, when you're removing the wire using hardwood or plastic, again, don't be crazy, because you can make easy big chip on your blade. Just go nicely, and what? Suddenly, after a while, you can see your edge of your blade is shining. Even you can see through the glass. Oh, it's shining. What does means? That means, what the hell is wrong today? Everything is failing. That means we have on the edge of the blade, we have a shining stuff. Okay? Very good. If this shining stuff size, how is white, on the whole length of the blade is the same. So this shining line is not wider or thinner, or it's almost the same. That's good. So that means you have a good chance to make your razor sharp again. Now, of course, if your razor was, you made this removing your wire like this, or if you have a small chip, you're using stone. I prefer stone with a kind of, prepared cut on the middle, so my razor is not moving, so I can avoid to make another chips. So my razor is going in the stone. This is just stone about, I don't know, the grain, 300, whatever, about. As long as I gonna pass the chips on my blade. As long I'm gonna take my blade and use my test on my nail, and the blade is not jumping, it's going to be smooth. Or you can see through the glass, of course in the floor, through the glass, the shining line. Okay? So stone with the chips, wood with the wire. Now, we have a situation like this. So, after working with the stone, to fix your chip on the blade, not this big one, this is a garbage, this small ones here, this garbage, this you can work on these chips. So after this, your blade looks like this. The edge of the blade looks like this. So now, to use fine or medium or whatever, 2000, what you name this, I told you on the another chapter, I'm not trusting this 2000, 5000 numbers, because this is a joke. But if you be using, this fine grain, doesn't matter, natural or ceramic stone, with this situation, you'll be working to the end of your life. Okay? Don't do that. You go simple way. You can use some plate with diamonds components, or some another plates with another components very hard, which you can I get them in the Home Depot in Canada a few years ago. This is for the beginning to start with this kind of situation. Now, the end of your work is, of course, to get from this to get where is the red color, to get this kind of angle. As I told you in the past, we're going to the critical point. If you be using plate from diamonds or another 300 grain stone and go just like crazy, if you're gonna pass this critical point, you can get wire again. So the question, and this is a secret and key of the story, how and when we gonna change from a heavy stuff like diamonds plates to the stone, and what kind of stone? That's the question. So if you can see through the glass or through your eyes, this stuff is not shining, or shining much more less, or almost not shining, you're going close to the critical point. And change your heavy stuff like diamonds, 160 or 150 grain stone, change immediately for let's say finest. In this case, say from me, I will go to my natural stone slowly, or you can go ceramic. It's no problem, but don't pass critical point. If you pass again, you got a problem. Now, when you can see, even on the natural stone, you are close to stop the processing. I show you now. You're working on your natural stone, for example. Doesn't matter. Oh, even ceramic. As I told you before, I am using zigzag techniques for a few reasons. The first, the blade is wider than stone. So if you go this way, so sometimes accidentally you're just using one side. Let's say this side, not this one. So zigzag is giving you a chance to be sure that all length of the blade is still working on the stone. Okay? And time to time, on the back of your head, you just try to touch the hair. Wow, this is cut. I can feel the catch from the blade. Yes. When you sharpening on the stone and you can't feel the catch of the hair, go. But if you feel the catch, in the catch, turn to the finest stone and don't go too much. Just if you're still catching, and go to the belt. Go to the belt. And after every stone, you need a little bit more work on the belt, but not too much. Remember, pull as much as you can your belt. Be sure the belt is not dry and not cracked and not old. Not any nonsense, any paste, just belt. And after, see how it works on the back on your hair here. My test, when I'm finishing my sharpening, I'm holding the hair. Of course, I have a bald head, so I'm asking my wife. And I'm cutting the hair in the air. That's sharp razor. Guys, I don't know what I can say more about this. I hope you learn something. I hope you can get some ideas. And God bless you all. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.